it's Vandiazel back again with another card fight Vanguard deck profile. So if you guys enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to Patreon. And let's get one started. Today we have Megacolony, Giraffa. This was it's an interesting deck. It's nice that Giraffa finally came back. Also, before I forget, thank you to my friend, I'm just gonna call you by your YouTube name, Wandering Mandala, for helping me set up this slide while I was busy doing something else. So thank you for helping me set up with it, and thank you for actually building the deck, because this is the one deck I've done so far that I didn't build myself. So anyways, Giraffa being back is really nice. It's a good little ride line. It was one of the first ride lines I've ever seen, so I'm glad that it came back. So let's go ahead and get this one started. First up, we have our starter is Useful Mutant Dorcas. 6k base, 10k shield, grade 0 with boost. Auto, when it's rode upon, draw a card, then if your opponent's Vanguard is a grade 1 or greater, put a quick shield ticket to hand. So, you know, standard draw ability and get a quick shield, nothing too special about it, but it's here because why not, and it fits the theme the most compared to all the starters that we could pick. Which I think there are only 2 starters in general for Megacolony, and I think one of them is Dorcas, and the other one is actually machining machining worker ant. I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 that are actually starters, but you know, it's fine, who cares. So trigger wise, we have 2 shelter beetles in crit form, 2 lava mutant lava draft, 4 more crits in Sharp Nail Scorpio, 4 draw PG of Paralyzed Madonna. You know what a draw PG does. It's just a PG with a 1 place discard a card from hand. One of your units cannot be hit on the battle and continue Sentinel. You can have 4 of them in the deck. It's nice because why not have the draw PG in the deck? Because you're most likely going to pick Protect 2 in this deck, and you most likely want to pick Protect 2. So getting that PG is nice. And then we have 4 heals in Medical Battler Rapali. As I've said before, Heal Guardian's not my style. It's a fucking 15k shield vanilla after grade 3, and I'm pretty sure their bases are 10k, which is worse, so it's not worth running. You might as well run the other triggers, just in my personal opinion. So our trigger lineup is 6 crits, 6 draws, 4 heals, because why not? You want those draws to be able to use Giraffa skill more, and you want those crits just to crit pressure your opponent to death. On to our normal units, 3 copies of Stealth Millipede, 7k base, 10k shield, grade 1 with boost, continues rear. If this unit is rest, all of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as it cannot stand, and auto rear when its attack or the attack it boosted hits, put it to soul, countercharge 1, and this effect is mandatory. Okay, so if it's rested, automatically they can't stand the rear guards. If it just said units, put this in the back column, your opponent probably ain't going to take this. Or if they do, that's a way to force them into taking a Vanguard attack. Either way, it's really nice that it can just shut down an entire column just by being rested. And then, yeah, it gives them the chance to do something about it to where they could just take its attack and they'll have to put it to soul and countercharge because it is a mandatory effect. But, you know, if they don't, then they're losing a column. So, you know, it's either they take the damage and they just take a damage, and then you also get a counter charge out of it, but their rear guards get to stand. Or they don't take it, and they lose hand cards, followed by their rear guard cannot stand. Really nice card. I like it. It's something that you can play mindfuckery with, and as you know me, I like mindfuckering my opponent to death. So Stealth Millipede is a great grade 1, 3 of. 4 copies of New Face Mutant Little Dorcas, 8k base, 10k shield, grade 1 with boost, continues Vanna Rear during your turn. If your opponent has no stand units, this unit gets +5. Auto Vanna Rear, when placed, look at top 5, reveal to 1 grade 3 from among them, put it to hand and shuffle your deck, and if you put a card, you gotta discard 1. So, you know, really easy to be a 13k base, because most of the time your opponent is probably gonna have a lot of rested units. I mean, they might not, which is a rare occasion, but you know, if they do, it's a 13k base, which is really nice to have, and then just look at the top 5 for a grade 3. Typically, you want to search for your secondary backup, I think it is, which is Intrude Scissors, just to get into drop, but, you know, otherwise you want to search for Giraffa. The other grade 3 is a meh. So 4 copies of Dorcas, because he's really nice. Next up, we are on our last grade 1. In our main grade 1, 4 copies of the returning grade 1 of the ride line, Pupa Mutant Giraffa. I wish they gave us the grade 0s. I know it wouldn't matter because it would probably just be the standard when rode upon, draw a card and get a quick shield. But why couldn't they have just given us a starter? I just wanted the starter. I would be satisfied. I don't even care if it was a fucking vanilla, honestly. I'd be satisfied with just having the starter. But, Pupa Mutant Giraffa, 8k base, 10k shield, grade 1 with boost. Auto, when it's placed on Van, discard a normal unit from hand, search your deck for up to 1 card with Giraffa and its card name with the same grade as the card discarded for the cost. Reveal it and put it to your hand and shuffle your deck. And auto, when this cost is reduced by Soul Blast 1 for each of your opponent's rested rear guards in the same column as it, when placed on rear, Soul Blast 2 to draw a card. So first off, when placed on Van, search for any fucking Giraffa. that's the case. It's literally search for any fucking Giraffa of any grade. And this is partially why I wanted the grade 0, just because like it would be a way to get extra shield. So you basically can get your grade 3, you can get your grade 2, you can get the fucking grade 1 for all you want. You can get whatever the hell you want, as long as it's a Giraffa, by discarding something, which is perfect. It like fixes your hand problem. So just get this guy in hand and get one of the other 2 in hand, and then it doesn't matter, because as long as you're not grade locked and you have this boy, you're fine. So that's an amazing ability. And then the other ability, yeah, it's a Soul Blast too, but most of the time they're probably going to have a column rested, so it's just a Soul Blast nothing and draw a card. So Pupil Mutant Giraffa, really nice grade 1 because he can get you that draw and he can get you a superior search. I wish he had a rear guard skill for that too, like discard 1, get the Giraffa, but that'd be a bit too good. So 4 copies because he's really nice. Next up we have our grade 2s, 3 copies of Hiding Killer Leaf, 9k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept, auto Vanner rear, when it attacks a Vanguard, counterblast 1 and soul blast 1, and this unit gets plus 10 for the battle. Put the top card of your deck, put the top card of your opponent's deck into drop zone, and if it's a grade 1 or grade 2, you get to draw a card. Okay, I forgot that there was cards existing that mill from your opponent's deck in the form of Gunning Kilo, but I never for some reason classified Gunning Kilo as one, because I never thought Gunning Killer could do it fast enough. That was my opinion on it. Gunning Killer can't do it fast enough. Vermilion can. And I know I'm going completely off topic because Vermilion was last week, but I just wanted to make that clear. But anyways, Killer Leaf, nice ability. Automatically, it's a 19k swinger, which is really nice to have. And, you know, you can mill a card to possibly draw one. So I like Hiding Killer Leaf. He's really nice. The Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1 is meh, but hey, it's still good. 3 copies. 4 copies of Spear Attack Mutant Megacolony Lancer. 9k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept. Auto rear, when it attacks a Vanguard, it gets plus 2 to end of battle for each of your opponent's rested rear guards. Then put a rear guard into your soul, and your opponent cannot intercept till the end of turn. So that's really nice to have, because first off, they're probably going to have like 1 at least, so that's an 11k swing, and they're probably going to have more and more. So it's really nice that within 2 rested rear guards, it can hit a force number grade 3, and then also, you can shove rear guards to soul, and since your Vanguard gets the ability from shoving rear guards to soul, it kind of helps with that. So Megacolony Lancer, really nice grade 2 to have, 4 of, because he can get you the soul that you need for your skills, especially the ones that soul blast a lot, and he's free, so nice grade 2. 4 copies of our final grade 2 and our main grade 2, Elite Mutant Giraffa. 9k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept, auto Vanner rear once per turn. When this unit attacks, counterblast 1, and this unit gets plus 5 until end of turn for each of your opponent's rear guards at rest. If your opponent has 1 or less rear guards at stand, draw a card. So automatically, it just has rear guards, so it might not even get the 5k if they don't have rear guards, but it's still like a 5k if they have 1 rested rear guard. And then, you know, if they have 1 or less rear guards at stand, you draw a card. So they kind of have to have 2 rear guards standing just to stop this from activating. But either way, that's a really nice ability, followed by continuous rear. All of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as it cannot move or intercept. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Cannot intercept or move to another rear guard circle. So that's really nice. He prevents intercepting, and he prevents like the moving of stuff. So combine this guy with this guy, and then the opponent's column is basically locked down because they can either intercept, move, nor be stood. Now, if they gave us a form of now here's the thing. When we first got word of Giraffa, I thought 2 things that he might do. I thought he would either paralyze the Vanguard because it said it can paralyze even without rear guards, or I thought he was going to do what Ghidorah did back in the day and paralyze a column. And, oh, if that was the case, and they changed this skill to, they cannot call it to a column. Oh, for the love of God, you could just lock down 2 columns and your opponent can't do shit. You could just have 2 stealth millipedes on the 2 side columns, and maybe in the 3rd column if you really want to. Call this boy down to the other ones, maybe a nasty smog or 2. Boom, lock down the fucking column, they can't do shit. But unfortunately, that's not the case, but still, it would have been a great thing. Bushy, if you get the chance, maybe do that next time that you do a client selection. That's an idea for you. I've come up with a lot of good ideas recently. I would like you to take one of them at least. But, Giraffa is a really good grade 2, 4 copies. On to our grade 3s, we have 3 copies of Pincer Attack Mutant Intrude Scissors, 12k base, grade 3 Twin Drive Protect Gift, auto drop zone. At the end of the battle, your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacked. If a new card is put into your opponent's damage zone this turn, counterblast 1, call it to rear. Okay, so the only way they're not going to take this, or take an attack from the Vanguard, or have taken a damage this turn, is if they're at 5. But if they weren't at 5 and they took something, you go Intrude Scissors. That's why I suggest like you normally go rear guard, Vanguard, use Vanguard skill, make them lose up hand cards. They've probably taken a damage at this point, call Intrude Scissors, and then use Intrude Scissors' other ability, which is Auto Rear. When placed, Soul Blast 1, and choose one of your rear guards, stand it, and this unit gets plus 10. So he'll become a 22, and you can stand a rear guard, which is really nice, a way to get 5 attacks, and your opponent loses hand cards from Giraffa's skill, and this all involves them just taking 1 single damage. So 3 copies of Intrude Scissors because he's a really nice grade 2 that can easily be put into drop and re-looped. Nice grade 2. Next up, grade 3, I don't know why I called it grade 2. Next grade 3 is Unrivaled Blade Rogue Cyclomouth, not so sure how to pronounce that, Cyclomatooth. 12k base, grade 3, Twin Drive Protect Gift, Auto Van Rear. When it attacks a Vanguard, Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets plus 10 for the turn. And then you may put the top card of your opponent's deck into drop, and if it's a grade 1 or greater, it gets a crit. So it's the same cost as Killer Leaf, and they'll both be plus 10. So Killer Leaf is a 19, this is a 22. But then, also with the grade 1 or greater, if there is a grade 1 or greater, this gets a crit. So automatically, that's a dual crit 22k swing. Really nice to have on first grade 3 turn. And then auto, when it's rode upon, your opponent chooses a card from his or her hand, discards it, and one of your vanguards gets plus 5 until end of turn for each of that card's grades. This is a very good finishing move in the deck. It was one of the first few times I've lost to Giraffa. I think it was the first time I lost to Giraffa. And Mandala played this. He rode this. I don't know if he had it in his hand. I don't know if he had Giraffa in his hand. I think he got it the turn after. But he rode this. Rode into Giraffa, made me discard, and because of that discard, I kind of got fucked over because I didn't have enough to guard because I needed that exact amount of guarding, and one discard fucked it over entirely because I didn't have PGs. So Cyclomatooth really helps out if you have to ride him, and he's a 2 crit swinger. Nice grade 2, 3, I don't know why I keep calling them grade 2s, 4 copies. And now our final grade 3, our main boy, the one we awaited the return of, and whose art is cool. I like the fact that he's kind of standing and there's somewhat, I think it's electricity from behind him, and the way he's just posing is all nice and cool. Grade 3, 4 copies of Evil Armor General, Giraffa. 12k base, grade 3, Twin Drive Protected, Auto Van. When it attacks a Vanguard, counterblast 1 and put a rear guard to soul. Your opponent chooses 2 cards from the hand, call them to rear guard circles as rest, and those units cannot be stood and during the next standby phase. And the auto abilities of those cards cannot activate from this call as well. So pretty much, he can prevent your opponent from using on-place effects, which is really nice. And yeah, he also prevents them from standing, followed by he gets rid of 2 hand cards. Like, your opponent has to pick 2 hand cards, or they just pick up to, like, if they have 1 hand card, they still have to call it, which is really nice. And you have to put a rear guard soul for it, which, allows you to get rid of your board just in case, like, they're playing lock or something that involves killing your own rear guards. And he also benefits the Soul Blasters, but he also benefits his own skill in the form of Continuous Van. During your turn, it gets plus 5k for each card with Giraffa and his different card name in your soul. And if you have 2 or more cards with different card names, and your opponent's Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater, the original critical of this unit becomes 2. Okay, so automatically, he's probably going to be a 17 or 22k base because it's really easy to get 2 in soul. And then the other ability, if you have 2 more different cards, I'm not so sure about this, but I'm pretty sure it means like 2 or more different cards in general. So like, if you had a copy of, if the computer would move, please, a copy of Elite Mutant Giraffa and Intrude Scissors in there, if you had both them in there or any other 2 cards, it would still get the crit. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. I might be wrong on that, but it's really nice that it can hit power really easily and it can swing for criticals. So Giraffa is an amazing grade 3 who can just force out hand, get power, and swing for extra crits. Along with this boy, that's just like 2 grade 3s that swing for double critical against your opponent. That gets annoying over time, so really nice combo. 4 of. Gift-wise, we have 6 Protect 1, 6 Protect 2s. Protect 1 goes into your hand when acquired, and is a Sentinel, and when placed on guard circle, you may discard it, and you may discard a hand card, and nothing can be... One of your units cannot be hit on the battle, so it's just a PG, which you don't normally pick in this deck because you have the draw PG, and you're constantly fucking with your opponent's hand anyways. Like, the only time you will need this is if they're a deck that does just get high force markers really quickly, like something along the lines of Valkyrion is always a good example because they can get force markers really quickly. This might be the time that you choose to pick this. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It depends on the situation. While Protect 2 is most likely what you are going to pick because when acquired, you may put it on a rear guard. The unit on it gets plus 5k power and 10k shield when it intercepts, and the effect does stack. So you pretty much just get any grade 2 on it and then just have it swing for game and Intrude Scissors it and constantly restand it to get more power out of it. And then we have a Quick Shield, which is when one of your units is attacked, it gets plus 5 for the battle, and it's just a grade 0 order. And that was the deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed. The Giraffa is a good card. I like that it finally came back. I don't even remember what it did in the OG, and it probably wasn't that important because, to my recollection, it got 2 fights, and both of them involved it being on rear. So, yeah. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, donate to the Patreon, follow the Twitch, join the Discord, and go check out there. And I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to stand up your vanguards.